I'm going to show you how to write your circle of fifths. If you'll practice this so that you can be quick and so that you can understand this, it's going to help you with so many theory concepts. So let me go ahead and put a whiteboard up here so that you can see the whiteboard. And what I want you to do is get a piece of paper and a pencil so you can work along with me. So on your piece of paper, the first thing you want to do is you want to draw a fairly large circle. And then on your circle, you want to make some small marks, one at the top and the bottom, and then one on each side. Then the next thing you want to do is in between each of those marks, you want to make 2 marks. And then you want to spread these out and you want to make them as even as you can. And notice that my marks are not huge. My marks are only to help keep my circle neat. They're not even required at all, but they help keep my circle neat. The next thing you want to do is at the very top of your circle, we're going to draw a C. For now, we're going to use all uppercase letters. The next thing, all you need to do is be able to count to 5, and you need to know your notes kind of on the piano or on whatever instrument that you're playing. And then you've got it made easy. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the right first, and we're going to write on the outside of our circle, and we're going to count up 5, starting on C. If you go up 5 notes, C, D, E, F, G, starting with C, C being 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We end on G, so G goes here at our next spot. Now if we start on G, G, A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We end on D, so D goes to our next spot. We continue with this process. If we start on D and go up 5, we get to A. If we start on A and we go up 5, we get to E. And you continue this process. Start on E and go up 5, we get to B. Now, with this next step, we're going to add F sharp. If you don't understand why, don't worry about that yet. You'll learn that later. But just know that all of these, you go up 5, up 5, up 5, up 5. And when you get to F, just don't forget you're going to have F sharp. Then when we go up 5 from F, you get to C, and we're going to have C sharp there as well. Now we began with C, and we end when we get to C. So that portion of our circle is finished. Now what we're going to do is we're going to write on the inside of our circle, and what we're going to do is we're going to go down 5. So down 5 from C, we end up being F. Notice that I'm writing on the inside of my circle. And once we're writing on the inside of our circle and we're going down 5, F is the only one that doesn't have a flat. So remember, going down, flats go down. Now the second one, we have B, and we're going to add a flat. Down 5 from C is F. Down 5 from F is B, and we added a flat. So if we go down 5 from B, we get to E, and we're going to add a flat to the E. Remember, F is the only one that doesn't have a flat. You'll learn why later. Down 5 from E is A, and so we have A flat. Down 5 from A is D, and we have D flat. Notice that D flat and C sharp are on the same line. That's because those 2 notes, they're spelled differently, 2 different letter names, but it's actually the same key on the piano. You can play the same note on your instrument and it'll sound the same. D flat and C sharp. There's a special name for that. It's called enharmonic. Okay, so down 5 from D flat is G flat. And notice again, G flat and F sharp are on the same line. G flat and F sharp are enharmonic to one another. Down 5 from G is C, and it also is going to have a flat. What I like to do is I like to bracket these because these are enharmonic keys. You don't have to bracket those, but I like to do that. Okay, these are our enharmonic keys right here. And you can even, so you can learn that term if you don't already know it, write in the word enharmonic. E-N-H-A-R-M-O-N-I-C. Those notes are enharmonic to one another. I don't know if it'll let me drag that over. I guess it won't. But I can make it just a little bit bigger. Okay, and so this is called our circle of fifths. Let's see if I can type that in the middle. Circle of fifths. Okay, we're going to add a couple of things to this circle of fifths to make it a little more useful. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to add now that the key of C has 0 sharps and it has 0 flats. Now, as we go to the right, the key of G has 1 sharp. Then the key of D has 2 sharps. Pretty soon, if you haven't already, you should see a pattern formulating. The key of A, has 3 sharps. Then the key of E has 4 sharps. Do you see the pattern? If you do, you can probably fill in the rest faster than I can because I'm writing here on my computer and it slows me down a bit, which is probably good. F sharp has 6 sharps, and then C sharp has 7 sharps. Okay, so there you go. We have the outside of our circle finished. We go from 0 sharps, 1 sharp, 2 sharp, 3 sharp, 4 sharp, so on, all the way to 7 sharps. Check your work. Make sure you wrote it properly. Now we're going to be on the inside of the circle and we're going to write our flats. The key of C has 0 flats. The key of F has 1 flat. The key of B flat has 2 flats. Don't worry if you don't know what all of this means yet. You will learn what all of this means very quickly. For right now, just understand the process. The key of A flat has 4 flats. Do you see the pattern? The key of D flat has 5 flats. It's important to write this neat enough so you can read your work, so you know what you're doing. And then on to the key of C flat that has 7 flats. There's going to be 2 more things that we're going to write on our circle to make this useful. We're going to write out the order of sharps. Now, there's several different ways to do your order of sharps. Some people like to use a memory trick in order to remember the order of sharps. I'll teach you a memory trick in just a minute, but I'm going to teach you the theory behind the order of sharps first. When there's 1 sharp, it's an F. The key of G major has 1 sharp, and that sharp is F. Remember, we're doing the circle of fifths, so 5 is a special number. If we go up 5 from F, we know that we get to C. So C is the second one. If we go up 5 from C, we get to G. So G is the next one. If we go up 5 from G, then D is the next one. If we go up 5 from D, see, 5, that special number. We get to A, then E, then B. So the order of sharps is F, C, G, D, A, E, B. I'm trying to get it to let me put this all on one line, but I can't figure out how to do that. So we'll just leave it the way it is. Order of sharps. Maybe if I do this, let me see if it'll let me lower the font and off it. There we go. F, C, G, D, A, E, B. So we just have to remember that F is the first one. If you can remember that F is the first one, then you've got it made. Go up 5, up 5, up 5, up 5, up 5, and you've got the order of sharps. Now, some people like to use a memory trick. One memory trick that my students love to use is they take the first letter of some words. They like to say, fat cats go down alleys eating, and then they come up with a B word like bugs or bears or bread or bagels. Fat cats go down alleys eating bagels is a favorite of my students. Fat cats go down alleys eating bagels. I personally like just knowing the theory. F, C, G, D, A, E, B. Go up 5, up 5, up 5, up 5, and then you've got the order of sharps. Here's how the order of sharps works. If you have 2 sharps, the key of D, that means the 2 sharps are F and C. If you have 3 sharps, the key of A major, then that means it's F, C, and G. Key of B, find it on your circle. How many sharps? 5 sharps. That means we need F, C, G, D, and A. That's how it works, and we always say them in that order. That's the proper way to do it. Now, there's one more thing to add to our circle, then we're done. We also need an order of flats. One of the easiest way to do the order of flats is to just know your order of sharps, then do them backwards. B, E, A, D, G, C, F. And so you can spell the word bead. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Spell the word bead, then G, C, F. Order of flats. You can come up with a memory trick to try to remember it if you want to, but B-E-A-D, G-C-F. B-E-A-D, G-C-F. Here's how it works. Key of F major, one flat. If there's one flat, the flat is B flat. The key of B flat major, it has two flats. That means the two flats are B and E. The key of E flat major has three flats. That means they are B flat, E flat, and A flat. Let's look at G flat major. Do you see that it has 6 flats? That means that the 6 flats are B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, and C flat. That's how you use your circle of fifths. Your circle of fifths is going to help you answer so many questions. Practice drawing it. Remember, you start with C. On the outside of the circle, going to the right, you go up 5, up 5, up 5, up 5, and don't forget, once you get to F, you add the sharp, F sharp and C sharp. Then, on the inside of the circle, what you're going to do is you're going to go down 5, down 5, down 5, down 5, and F is the only one that doesn't have a flat. So you have F, and then you have B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat. Here's another little tip. The key of C is your all or nothing key. So C either has 0 sharps and flats, or C sharp has 7 sharps, all the sharps, or C flat has all the flats, 7 flats. There's a couple little tips. Practice drawing your circle of fifths so that you can draw it really fast and you don't even have to think about it. And you are going to be a whiz at theory. Have fun with your theory. I'll see you in the next video.